thank God these blessings coming through. I ain't picture perfect, but I love my view. MJ be my boo, life so cool, down you heating up food. Cool and cool, we don't see no loss. Flow been cold, fuck around, get frost. Smoking these niggas, toss the roach out the car, yeah, nigga. This that ride out, smoke one, grind till some dough come. Making sure my daughter and mother don't stress none. Ride out, smoke one, grind till some dough come. Making sure my daughter and mother don't.
You got my edges on you,
Edges on you, good. I ain't gonna lie, some of the Ravens still good.
Yeah, we done. And we're finna kick it. There it is. Can't believe we took a L to the fucking Bills, son. Niggas sleeping on these Bills now. This is gonna be a great game. Whoever the Bills have to play, son, which is 9 times out of 10 gonna be them Chiefs, son, them fucking Bills, son, them Bills, they showing. And the only reason why it's really looking so well, and because you know they ain't playing Tom Brady, you know that was their kryptonite. Had to keep playing the fucking Patriots. They ain't got to deal with Tom Brady no more. Oh man, they gotta walk through these things.
They gotta deal with the Chiefs, huh?
The Steelers and the Patriots is the only people they can fuck with. Now they gotta deal with the Chiefs.
They gotta get out the AFC championship.
But what if, though?
If the Bills
I love to see the Bills go.
What if the
what if them fucking Browns beat them Chiefs, though?
Shit, that's gonna be crazy. Because then the Browns
What
might make
if,
it.
yo? Just what
And
if?
if they go to the Super Bowl, that's gonna be one for the million.
Nobody on the board, John.
I did that perfectly for you, guys. Just so you could get 10. And he go get 15.
I hope not. He's a Trump supporter.
Yeah, there it is right there, 15.
What you 33 on G?
He about to get 20.
41.
You what?
41.
You 41?
Yeah.
I knew this.
Yeah.
I did know this.
Yeah. I was like 29, 30 when I met you.
Because that's how I read that, because I used to call you old head.
Yeah.
I remember this shit coming back to me now. So people, when you start, you understand politics now, right?
Yeah.
What's the difference in the shit that we experiencing now and the shit that we experienced with fucking Bill Clinton? That you understand?
With Bill Clinton?
Yeah.
As
Which
far
you was
as-
probably like 18, Bill Clinton. Right?
Yeah.
So what I'm saying?
I'm saying, what happened with Bill Clinton?
As far as like the way the world was ran, I'm sure the shit wasn't superb and the assets that we receive as Americans and all that, as far as like the stimulus and shit that we be getting now,
I
the
mean,
fucking healthcare shits and all that type of shit.
right, but you gotta imagine when Bill Clinton was in office, he was coming in after Daddy Bush, and that was right after this was after three terms of Republican presidents. They had Reagan in the 80s, right? And then they had Daddy Bush in the early 90s. So when Clinton got kicked in, you know what I'm saying? That was the first Democrat in for a while. You know what I'm saying? So black people was just happy. You know what I'm saying? Because we had a Democrat in. That's what I can remember at that time.
All
you know
right,
what I'm saying?
all right. That's
Because
the difference.
I never voted for a president. You know what I'm saying? Honestly, I never voted. Ever. Not yet in life. You know what I'm saying? But
You ain't vote yet?
That shit look tricky, bro.
and I always thought that shit was a lie. You know what I'm saying?
Reason being, I voted the past 4 elections. Reason being,
Get my 15.
Yes, sir. I give you goddamn
Oh,
money.
it's your turn, son.
what's my turn? Y'all giving out numbers. Let me get this 20 then.
But what I'm trying to do.
The shit that I experience now, like I remember as a child, I remember my grandma and them when the Al Gore and George Bush, son Bush, when that boy when he won. I remember my mama crying for 9/11, seeing them people. I remember watching that shit. I was in Gardette when 9/11 happened in South Park.
They turned that shit on in the news.
Right.
Yeah, nigga, South. But this is the thing, nigga.
I had just got to Baton Rouge.
South Park, Bigger, Long, and Uncut had just came out. I
South
don't know if
Park?
y'all seen it. South Park.
They what?
South Park.
That
the white
movie.
dude.
South Park. The movie.
South Park.
South Park. The cartoons.
Oh.
Bigger, Longer, and Uncut had just came out.
Okay.
And you know, on that shit, it was like they were beefing with the Canadians and shit. With
Yeah.
the Terrence and Phillips shit.
Yeah.
I had just seen that shit and I wasn't supposed to see the shit. My mom ain't let me watch. I couldn't watch that type of shit. I had snuck and seen the shit on my little partner house. Long story short, bitch, we making jokes about that thinking that's Canadians fucking over us and shit. Yeah, so I didn't understand this shit. So when I went home later on that night and I was watching this shit, nigga, I remember walking in my mama's room, my mom was sitting there bawling her eyes out like, man, turn your head, go back in the room. Like I'm seeing people jumping out the window and shit. So,
yeah.
like, I really remember seeing that shit. So my mom was sitting there bawling her eyes out like this shit crazy. And the next day, nigga, when like a day or two after that, when that nigga joined, that shit was like that was if memes could have been memes, that was the meme, nigga. That nigga was like the meme. That nigga fucking said, I declare war on Iraq. And that shit was like the repetitive. That shit kept hearing that shit. He kept hearing that shit. So my mama was bawling the eyes off. And that nigga Mikey had to go to war. And they knew Mikey had to go to war. So they knew he had to go. That nigga he went. That nigga Mikey he probably went 2 or 3 times now.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's like, you know, a thing that we do here, you know what I'm saying? Every few years, we go cause a conflict with somebody and have a reason to invade their land.
And we gonna be in somebody else bullshit.
Yeah. Like,
Cause we always gonna be in.
My nigga, right now, I don't know if y'all like this shit so gangster, this shit so real, something well. I ain't gonna say I'm woke, but I'm more aware as a black man. Cause I'm a father now, so I understand that I got a different protection and shit from I don't just be worried about myself. I really be I gotta get back home to my babies and shit. Like, you can't steal me away from my babies. Like when this bitch ass nigga shot me, son, like, bitch, you was trying to. The way this shit happened, I got shot trying to protect my wife, and I did what I was supposed to do. You feel what I'm saying? The niggas trying to shoot my wife. You feel what I'm saying? So, yeah, it's a lot to this bullshit. So, yeah. So like, but my peace of mind was like nigga can't take me away from them kids. So like, before I came here, nigga, I had to make sure my fucking children ate. They was depending on daddy. You feel what I'm saying? Like,
right.
Well, you can't fuck with that.
Right.
My son needed a king cake at school yesterday, nigga. He was depending on daddy. He was like, man, daddy bringing that king cake. I told him when he got the car, nigga, I was tired as a motherfucker. Like, bitch, I ain't even stopping to get no king cake right now. I'm gonna bring you one. Before that nigga knew daddy gonna bring that king cake, I had to do. I was like, nigga, I'm gonna wake up, smoke a guard, and go get my boy this king cake. That was the agenda for the morning before I even got money. You feel what I'm saying? But some niggas really don't be understanding the purpose of life, dog. But when you got children, that shit is like.
It give you a whole different purpose, dog.
That shit fuck with you on another. That shit.
Another
that's
level.
why I like it. See, people, I be comparing this shit to dogs. Not saying that humans are like dogs, but you know you can fucking make a puppy have a dog on her first heat, nigga. Immediately, she's a fucking mama. She gonna know. She ain't gonna let you touch her puppies. You feel what I'm saying? That's just the reality of it. But if the daddy around too, he ain't gonna let you fuck with her while she nursing her dogs and shit. He'd be more defensive and shit. The shit it's a human. It's a dog nature. It's the nature of a, you know. It's the reality of it, dog. But that type of shit, I understand now. Like moving with politics and all that shit, I gotta make strategic moves. Even with my business and all that shit, I understand that shit. I understand the more based on the preparations for the future for my children. You feel what I'm saying? Nigga, that kid and start cutting the meat up today on some G shit. You feel what I'm saying? Nigga, I gotta show you how to do this shit. Like now, I can't be one. I had to really. I be having to think like this, my nigga. Like. They had children on a fucking farm. And by the time he made 13, that nigga was a fucking man. You feel what I'm saying? Real shit.
Yeah.
And the average nigga who come from the country, we look at them niggas like country niggas. Them niggas be knowing how to fucking survive versus a city nigga. You feel what I'm saying? That should be reality. And them niggas look at us like, nigga, you can't even survive in the country. It's the reality. Take all that bullshit away. Come survive out where I'm at. That nigga know how to fucking go start a fire. That nigga know how to go hunt. That nigga know everything. For that nigga, you know how to fucking make a house. You know what I'm saying?
From scratch.
Yeah, man. But niggas don't be understanding the necessities of life. That's the shit that a nigga ain't understand growing up in the hood. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
That's hood mentality that niggas be.
Hey, I'll tell you that firsthand from staying out there for all this time. Yeah, that's very true. Because when you go to Baton Rouge, if you're not right inside Baton Rouge,
you ain't got all that. You ain't got the necessities and shit.
10 minutes away, any which way you go, you gonna be on a 1-lane highway.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that shit get real country real quick.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
No lights.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You better know where you going.
Yeah,
That
gotta
shit
know.
fucking got Confederate flags out.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's real. Like, they'll tell you don't belong around here.
Yeah.
Like you be like fucked up. You'll laugh at that shit like
they
what?
serious.
But yeah, they serious.
Yeah.
Like, alright, and I get the fuck too. I ain't lying. You know what I'm saying?
But on that level, that's the reality of the South. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah. But
Versus
it's everywhere. No, dog. It's no.
it's not like that everywhere.
Dog, leave from Louisiana and go to any major city.
Nigga, when I
And
went
then
to
we
Florida,
had-
Florida the most racist place I've ever been in my life. Still right now.
About
I
to
ain't
tell
never
you.
experienced nothing like when I was in Dustin, nigga. I'm talking about some these people looked at me. They looked at me and my wife like we were celebrities and we was fucking niggas. Like where we came in at, he looked at us like we was free niggas. Son, like who the fuck is you niggas walking in here? My wife had on like some high biker shorts. We was going on the beach and shit. You feel what I'm saying? Her and her sister and my wife, their bodies is curvy and shit. So they looking at them like, what the fuck? And I'm walking there with a t-shirt on, hat on and shit. They looking like, bitch, who the fuck is these niggas? But I'm noticing every black person that's in there, they either fucking Jamaican or Haitian, you feel what I'm saying? And they looked at like low class people out there, you feel what I'm saying? But the white people, they looking at you like, get out of pocket out here, boy. Exercise the fuck out this stand your ground law out here, boy.
These look
Say
like
something.
they have a little bit.
Yeah, boy, you
These
walking around
niggaboos
with
are
that
in
bitch
here.
looking at you crazy like this nigger. Yeah,
Goddamn
I ain't
nigger.
never experienced no racism in my life till I went to Florida, nigga. And this shit was an adult. This is like 2-3 years ago.
That was the first time ever
That was my
experiencing
first time ever
racism.
going to Florida. And
I'm
my-
saying, but it was your ever real
Racism?
time. Yeah, like real, like
I ain't never experienced no racism face to face like that before. No, I've experienced it, and I didn't know I was experiencing it.
right.
But that was my first time head on. Like, big bitch put my receipt and everything on. Like, yeah, looked at me the whole time. Go from smiling with the next customer to looking like she smells shit. Like, fuck her with your bomb out ass bitch.
So now,
Yeah, like on that
we
level.
was in Ohio, and that's up north. When I said when we was kids and them fucking white people came to beat
Well,
up,
I thought it was doing
son, we was chilling with our white friends, son, just white friends, and they had a little black issue where they had different daddies. But the older sister,
She had
a boyfriend. The nigga was black. You hear me? He was cool. We used to be all in that bitch chilling, playing the game and shit.
Her daddy was racist.
Man, one day this nigga daddy came with like a group of white people on 4-wheelers, nigga, at the door. Bring that nigga out of here. We were like, man, what the fuck?
Bring who
Who
out?
out? Who?
The boyfriend was over
He
there.
looked just like you on some shit. I
Get the
swear to
fuck
fucking
out
God.
of
He
here.
looked just
I
like you.
wasn't.
The nigga,
He had glasses. The only difference
Get me out of that shit.
son, the nigga came.
He had glasses on.
The nigga came with 10 white people. He was on 4-wheelers, son. They was
Get that nigga
outside yelling.